Hello everyone, welcome back to the Violet Hour. I'm Bilicium, and today we are continuing with NG. I see Ami trapped in a place that seems to be the bathroom. It's the same scene as before. It is now 2 weeks since Ami disappeared, so I'd be worried about her health, but inside the vision it doesn't look like Ami's any different than she was when she was taken.
I want to get out. How long do I have to stay in here? Mom? Big brother?
Ami groans in a tearful voice with her head drooped down. I hear a high-pitched sound like two hard objects rubbing against each other next to Ami. Ami's entire body lurches up as if she was just hit with an electric shock. Ami, I came to play with you. Kakuya appears and gently pets Ami's head. At the same time, the doll arm under her sleeves tightly grips Ami's body, almost as if it was intended to be seen by anyone watching this vision. Ami, have you gotten used to Kakurio? Ami seems to be refusing to raise her head to answer Kakuya's question. Kakurio is a different world. You used to live in Utsushiyo. Here you won't get hungry or get old. You'll just keep on playing with Kakuya right here until Kakuya gets bored.
If you get bored, will you take me back?
No, I won't. I'll break you. Kakuya doesn't like chatting because you reveal secrets.
What did I tell? Who did I tell?
Kakuya must be upset about me saying something about NG, but Ami wouldn't know that I know, because she doesn't know that I'm watching her like this. But you can relax. I won't break you until I get bored. Ami, what do you want to play today? Tag? Hide and seek? Word games? House? Or... Ami. Seems like you saw her. What did you see? From what Kakuya said, it sounds like Ami is trapped in a place called Kakurio. Kakurio? She must be talking about that Kakurio. What? You know something about it? Just the dictionary meaning of it. Kakurio is also called Tokoyo. It's a Shinto term for their view of the world. It's what they call the realm of the dead. Put more simply, it's the afterlife. The world of the living where we are is Utsushiyo. I cannot be certain that the Kakurio she was talking to is the one I'm referring to. That's not what I'm interested in. How do I get to Kakurio? Unfortunately, I don't know either. Obviously, Ban won't have the slightest inkling. First, we need to ascertain what Kakuya means by Kakurio. I now know that Ami is in Kakurio. Unfortunately, I don't know what or where that is. Am I really powerless to help her? I know that you're in a hurry to save Ami, Bilicium, but we can't do that right now. Let us take the little steps forward we can. Why don't we open up that chest? That's what we came here for. I put the key in the lock and lift the lid of the chest. I saw a small, oddly shaped doll and a thick envelope. Envelope. What? I feel compelled to scoop up the doll. It's an odd design with a girl's head on top of a stringy body. The face has a familiar style and hair color. It does a very good job of looking like Kakuya. Why is a doll with Kakuya's face here? Huh, so this is what Kakuya looks like. You know, she's quite adorable looking. She doesn't look like the evil creature we know. But why is this in Moroku's house? Don't ask me. How the hell should I know? The talk of dolls reminds me of the dolls with the girls' spirits in them that we found. I wonder if there's some sort of bloody source related to this doll too. I couldn't help but think this doll is important, so I shove it into my pocket. And now, the envelope, please. I opened the envelope at Rose's request. It contains scratch paper with detailed descriptions of things and some photos of girls. It's a memo left behind by Yakumo Moroku. It looks like he wrote about the girls he killed. But even with this, we still can't figure out why Moroku did such a horrible thing. And these photos are... In the photos, I see a girl dancing on a stage wearing a white ballet outfit. A ballet recital. Oh, that's right, the victim went missing when she was coming home from ballet practice. I recall the appearance of the screaming author. Turned into that. What the screaming author actually didn't want us to see. It was probably... I see. That's why she came up to us here. Because it was painful for her to see us compare her with her former self. We leave the burnt-smelling attic, all of us full of dreary feelings. Took you long enough. As much as I want to scoop, patrol's about to start. We should get the hell out of here, now. Let's meet at the Black Rabbit. I'll tell you what happened at the bar. Sounds good. We managed to survive after all. It's time to celebrate our victory tonight over a good drink. I part with the other two and head to the station. Because I run to the train, I manage to reach Kasuji Station earlier than they do. I find Natsumi in the Black Rabbit. She turns to me looking unhappy. Something off. She's not her usual friendly self. Perfect timing. I was about to call you. What's up? A detective was just here. A lady named Oi. You know her, right? Oi? Yeah, I remember her. That tall lady, right? Miss Oi's helping me with Ami's case. She told me a lot, like that you've been out late at night recently. I guess that lady detective went and ran her mouth to Aunt Natsumi. Is this her way of trying to pressure me because I was being uncooperative with her? You're doing something dangerous, aren't you? I can tell from those scratches on your arms. I look down at my arms and realize that I've got a number of scratches on them. I must have gotten them when I was being swung around by the screaming author. You're doing this for Ami, aren't you? You're looking for some girl in a kimono, right? Huh? Miss Oe told me what you said when you talked to the police. After Ami suddenly vanished from the bathroom, you met a girl in a kimono. And that girl said she kidnapped Ami, right? Yeah, that's right. So, it's just like Miss Oe said. The other police I talked to didn't tell me anything about that. Probably because it sounds so absurd. But why didn't you tell me yourself? Isn't it obvious? I didn't think you'd believe me either. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have taken you seriously. But I haven't learned anything these past 2 weeks. At this point, your stories about her being spirited away is my best lead. Akira, you'll tell me, right? She looks at me with a burning determination, the desperation of a mother who's lost her child, the persistence to find that child. I can't keep hiding it from her. Okay, I'll tell you everything. Give me a few minutes. I got some people who are helping me. If they help me explain it, it'll make everything a bit easier to believe. Eventually, Ban and Rose arrive at the bar. After formally introducing Aunt Natsumi to them, we start to talk about everything that's happened. We tell her about Kakuya, our investigations, spirits, Kakuya's game. When I'm unsure how I should explain something, Ban and Rose help me out. Aunt Natsumi listens quietly until the very end, never interrupting. So that's what's happened. She seems shocked. That's not unexpected. I've actually faced a number of spirits now, and I still wonder if it's all just some nightmare. I understand if you don't believe our story, but every bit of it is true. Your daughter was kidnapped by this Kakuya doll. We and Bilicium are pursuing it. I don't want you to get your hopes up for no reason, but at least your daughter's still alive. According to Bilicium, people don't get hungry in the realm of the dead. Realm of the dead? Kakurio? She repeats those words to herself quietly. Natsumi, if there's anything at all that makes a connection for you, let us know. We need all the information we can get. Right. I don't remember it very well, but I think Moroku once wrote a story about the realm of the dead. Oh, Yakumo Moroku again, huh? This guy seems to have quite a few connections to Kakuya. Could it all be more coincidence? How fascinating. When I hear Moroku's name, I remember all the disgusting and grotesque things I saw tonight. The corpse with girl's arms sewn onto it. That was what became of Yakumo Moroku, the children's author who murdered little girls. His acts of insanity and the girls' screams are all recorded on those tapes. Wait. Hey, Aunt Natsumi, I want to ask you something. Was Moroku a pedophile? What? Her eyes go wide at the unexpected question, but I press her again. Was Moroku a piece of crap who got off on tormenting kids? From what I know of him, he didn't have any hobbies like that. I never heard Satomi mention it either, and she was obsessed with him. Huh. I'm sure he hid his guilty pleasure so that nobody else would find out. but the way Moroku sounded on that tape still bothers me. I can't believe someone who spoke so calmly could be doing something so depraved. Hey, Bilicium, what's bothering you? You can't explain what we saw there without concluding that the guy was insane. Yeah, I know, but something's bugging me. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I just can't figure out how to put it into words. Anyway, I've got a request for you, Miss Manager. Could you look into that book of Moroku's that references the realm of the dead? Just in case, you know? Yes, I'll do my best. Ban, Rose, I'm putting Ami's fate in your hands. Aunt Natsumi shudders and breaks down into tears. We won't let you down, miss. We'll find your daughter. As a reward, I'd like a bottle of blood red Grand Cru. Akira? I'm so sorry. I'm putting you in danger. But there's nobody else I can turn to now. Please, save Ami. Thanks. The next thing I know, it's already past midnight. We say goodbye to Aunt Natsumi and leave the bar. All right, I'm getting out of here. I got a table I need to be at. Mahjong again. All you ever do is get sharked, so why do you keep falling for it? Are you some kind of findom misogynist? Just because I lost yesterday doesn't mean that I'll lose today. Each match is just the luck of the draw, and the draw is gonna be in my favor this time. That sounds like something I'd find in a pamphlet about gambling addiction. You're quite cautious when it comes to your work, but you're completely reckless with your money. Hey, Bilicium? If you see Kakuya again, let me know right away. If you try and hide anything from me, I won't let you hear the end of it. Ban disappears toward the ticket gates. People like him make me wonder if humanity is really nothing but hopeless fools. But I suppose that being so doggedly flawed is admirable in its own strange way. I have no idea what you're trying to say. Fine, I suppose I shouldn't have expected that from you. Why don't we switch topics to something that would be more interesting to someone at your age? Come on, Bilicium. Let's go on a date. What? I'd rather just get some sleep. That's the worst response you can give a lady. As your teacher, apparently I need to instruct you in the regards as well as supernatural. First off, where do you even want to go? Knowing you, it's not going to be any place normal like a park or a coffee shop. Oh, are you interested now? Then I'll tell you. The Moroku residence. I go back to the Moroku residence with Rose. On the way, I ask Rose repeatedly why we're going there. But all I get is some lame reply like, just to take care of some business. I guess I'll see when we get there for myself. Why do we gotta do this now? I don't like walking around during the day. I'm a creature of the night. I rise with the setting of the sun and sleep with the rising of the sun. That sounds like it'd be bad for your health. When your job involves the supernatural, that type of schedule is surprisingly convenient. Even magicians tend to have more performances at night. Besides, do you really think daytime suits me? I imagine Rose walking around town in a dress with the sun shining brightly everywhere. Yeah, I guess not. Precisely. I'm glad you've seen the error of your ways. Now then, let's head inside. So, where are we going in here? We're not messing with that corpse, are we? That is certainly an object of interest, but our business is in the attic. We pass through the hidden hallway and climb up the old rickety wooden ladder. We're back in the attic again. I can still faintly detect a burnt stench. That's what I'm interested in, Rose says, walking up to the mirror. For a while, she runs her fingers across it and tries rubbing it, but then she comes straight back to me. Guess I got my hopes up for nothing. I thought that mirror was a sacred object. What's that? Think of it as a special item that holds hidden spiritual powers. I collect such objects. That was actually why I had my eye on the Moroku residence in the first place, but... So that's why you asked Ban to investigate Moroku? Yeah, pretty much. I'd heard that Moroku family had something like that, and it fit since they're such an old family. Sadly, that mirror is just an antique. It looks like it used to have spiritual power, but for some reason it's lost it now. I guess there was no point in dragging you out here to carry it. You brought me here just to be your delivery boy? That's not the only reason I brought you here. I wanted to ask you something. How do I look to you? What kind of question is that? Come on, be honest. Short and sexy, an annoying woman, a fine woman. I mean, the fact that you drug me back to the creepiest place we have been to ever, you're kind of an annoying woman. Oh my, that's not very nice. I would have expected that from Ban, but I thought you were better than that. Well then, I have my answer. Let's get going. Was there a point to that question? Yes, it was very important. To me, at least. Anyway, we're done with this moldy place. Let's get out of here, Bilicium. I shine the flashlight down at our feet as we make our way to the ladder. The bloodstains on the floor emerge from the darkness as the light catches it. What an achingly beautiful shade of scarlet. By the time we reach the station, the last train has already left. I've got no other choice, so I get a taxi to take me back home. Of course, I have Rose cover the fare. When I close the front door, I feel all the energy drain out of me, and I let out a big sigh. This long day is finally over. Screaming Author, Rumor Note 6. Screaming Author is gone. How much longer must I fight spirits? Moroku is dead. Found corpse. Who was Yakumo Moroku? Just some lunatic? Why'd he do all that? Roll. Makes no sense. Realm of the Dead. That's where Ami is. Summary. Screaming Author. Moroku's notes included. Moroku kidnapped and killed many girls. It was their role. He disfigured them and then killed them. The four girls' names were Ai, Hana, Sachi, and Tabasa. Tabasa. Particularly beautiful, young, Tabasa aspired to be a ballerina. Only she got wings and legs from Moroku to become a crane. The crane cried because she didn't want anyone to see her. All right, everyone, and with that, we are going to end the episode here. I do hope that you all enjoyed. This was well, quite a disturbing story, really, and I feel quite sad for the girls and the whole experience. I know it's just a story, but still, it's one of those stories that I personally feel sad about. I hate stories that affect children particularly. Um, if you've followed any of my other playthroughs, you will know that it is one of my least favorite types of horror stories are ones that involve children being harmed. But we made it through, and I think that we were able to bring peace to the spirits of these girls, and they are able to finally rest, or at least that is my hope. But hopefully, in the next episode, we will have somewhat lighter of a story to go through. But until then, and as always, I do hope that you will all take care